What's going on, yo? Listen, I wanted to give y'all a bit of revelation on one of the main tactics that narcissistic people, that witches and warlocks use for their manipulation and to pull you under their spell. This is how they seduce you. A lot of times, witches and warlocks, narcissistic people, they use hyper spirituality, meaning they act overly spiritual about everything. And they do this to make you think or make it seem like they have this strong, intimate relationship with God, which they really do not have at all, because they're not even operating in the right spirit. Now, this is where you have to be careful of desperation, all right? Because when you feel like, I just can't break through in life, I'm alone, I feel like I just need a word from God, I need a prayer, I just need somebody. Now, witches and warlocks and narcissistic people, they prey on desperation. They prey on people who they think are desperate. Because when you feel like you're desperate and you feel like, I can't break through, and I just need a word from somebody. Now, a lot of times this desperation even leads people to go into things like psychics and mediums, not realizing that they think they're doing themselves a justice, but they're really making it worse because they're cursing themselves. So you end up feeling like, well, I just need a word from God. You're desperate for a word, so you end up relinquishing your will, your authority, your sobriety, and your mental clarity to chase after these people because you feel like you just need to hear from somebody spiritual, somebody who portrays like they have this strong relationship with God. So now what they do is they prey on your desperation, and this is how they position themselves in your life so that there's nobody else that can give you spiritual advice but them. This is where they start speaking into your ear, all that church you going to, or those people you around, this and this and that. They'll try to manipulate you into seeing something wrong with the right people, and they pull you under their spell because now they want to be the only person giving you counsel, because they know that if they're the only person that's giving you counsel and giving you advice, they can manipulate and influence your will. Now, how can you tell that you're being influenced by witchcraft? How can you spot somebody who's trying to control you? Number one, a lot of times these people come on to you very strong. They come on to you almost a little bit too strong. Like these people, you've known them for a couple days and they acting like they're your best friend. They flatter you. They praise you. Okay, they talk about how anointed, oh, you're so amazing, you're this and you're that, and it's almost a little bit too much. Like they come on to you really strong, and then they try to intimidate you. Right? Once you become friends with this person, you become vulnerable with them. Once you open yourself up to them, if they have any sense like you might turn away from them or you disagree with anything that they say, intimidation says, I'll scare you or I'll threaten you into doing things my way. And if you don't do things my way, I'll threaten you, I'll accuse you, I'll create a scandal around your name, I'll lie on you, I'll tell people that you did this, this, and that. This is how they use intimidation. This is also the spirit of Jezebel, which is manipulation and control. And this is why a lot of times witches and warlocks, narcissistic people, they want your secrets. They want your secrets so bad, and they want to know your weaknesses, your insecurities, so that if you do turn away from them, they have leverage on you. Oh, well, if you don't do this, I can use this, this, and that against you. I can exploit you. I can expose you. That's what they want to do. And a lot of times you have to be careful, because when you're desperate, not only do they manipulate you and try to seduce you to pull you under their spell, but now what they want to do is they want you to sin with them. They want you to drink and get high with them. Now your mental clarity is gone. You're no longer sober-minded. You're intoxicated, and it's blinding you to the truth. And whenever a person intentionally sins with a witch, it mutes your voice of authority. It mutes your voice of reason so that you no longer have the character to correct them. That's a witch for you. All right? This is also part of their manipulation and them bringing you under their spell. What do you like to do outside of church? Do you like to go to the club? Do you like to drink and smoke? And even if you're like, no, I don't really do those things anymore, they try to say, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with doing it one time. You think you're going to be punished or God is going to do this or that to you because you go out and drink one time? You've been doing good for so long. Now they influence you and manipulate you into going out to the bar with them, compromising your walk with God. And once you sin with them, they have the legal right over you. Now, once you sin with this person, your authority is gone. Manipulation says, I'll trick you into doing things my way. I'll coerce you into doing things my way. I'll deceive you into doing things my way. Mischievous. It's lies. It's flattery. It's soothsaying. It's smooth talk. They use a little bit of truth and a little bit of lies. They use a little bit of flattery and praise to make you feel high, good about yourself. A witch and a warlock, they want to praise and flatter you to make you think that that person really thinks highly of you. Oh, this person must really love me. That's part of them pulling you under their spell and under their control. All right. Do not let people easily impress you and say, I will not be flattered by anybody. I will not be blinded by flattery. And see, witches and warlocks and narcissistic people, really deep down inside, see, they act like they love themselves, they worship themselves, but really it's because they have this self-hatred. Really, people like this, they actually have severe abandonment issues, severe trust issues, severe rejection issues. They're traumatized and they are deeply broken people. So now, because they feel like they've never had control of anything in their lives, they've never had control of the bad things that have happened to them. So now they try to gain that power in a diabolical way. So they end up trying to control people. They end up trying to control all the relationships to feel like they have some sense of power. It makes them feel good, but it's a false sense of security, right? They don't want anybody to leave. They're overbearing. They're possessive. It's witchcraft, okay? And what they want to do is, now when they pull you in, not only do they want to be the only person giving you counsel, but a narcissistic person will tell you, oh, well, if I was you, I would do this. And if I was you, I wouldn't listen to what that pastor, what that preacher is saying. Man, you ain't got to do all that. This is called giving you the counsel of the wicked. Because if you take counsel from this person, what's going to happen is what? You're going to compromise your walk with God. You're going to compromise your character, your integrity, and they're trying to manipulate you into a different destiny. They're trying to manipulate you outside of the will of God. It puts a hindrance and delay on what God is trying to do in your life. Now, understand, this is a spell and a potion. Now, when people think spells and potion, they think, all abracadabra and stuff like that. Okay. Now, witches and warlocks can cast spells, do rituals, summon spirits, things like that. But I want you to understand that a spell and a potion could be as simple as this: flattering you, like I said before, praising you, getting you to think highly of yourself and getting you to think that that person thinks highly of you so that you trust that person. Using alcohol, getting you to sin. Now, when you get drunk and high with this person, you're no longer sober-minded. They use a little bit of truth and a little bit of lie. Okay, they use some truth to get you to trust them, but they add in some deception without you really realizing or knowing their true agenda. And what does this do? It seduces you. The agenda of this spell and this potion is to weaken your will and to alter your will and to subject yourself to their will. This is a spell and a potion. And this is what narcissistic people, this is what witches and warlocks do to you. A spell can be an incantation as they're speaking into your life or speaking against your destiny when you're not there. This is an incantation. All of these things, it is to alter, it is to hinder, to delay, to hijack your destiny and pull you under their control. Be aware and be discerning of these people. And somebody say, I will not be flattered. I will not be fooled in this season. In Jesus' mighty name.